The world's most fascinating people are right here on Spotlight Radio.
Welcome to Spotlight Radio. I'm your host, Jessica Stern. Today we are proud to put the spotlight on Giovanni Ruiz. Giovanni, thank you for joining us.
Hello. Good morning, everybody. Hello. How's everybody doing today?
Good. Thank you. Thanks for joining us. It's a pleasure. Giovanni Ruiz.
Oh, it's a pleasure to have me.
AKA is Kid Phase with Purple Label Entertainment based in Miami, Florida. So tell us about yourself, Kid Phase, and your music.
I'm an upcoming artist from Miami, Florida. I've been doing this, roughly for the past 4 to 5 years. It's been a journey, man. A lot of rejection at first, actually, and the same people that gave me that attitude are actually the same people that are accepting me now. So it's crazy. It's a crazy experience, and anybody that's taken this route, the only thing I can tell you is never stop. Because the moment you stop is the moment that you stop your dreams, because you never know what could happen when you pursuing this. I started this, when I was roughly 17. I didn't know where to start. I always had a passion for music because I always played the piano as a kid. I always grew a love for hip hop, not just hip hop, every kind of genre I had an ear for. I had musical influences, like she said earlier, Big, Pop, 50 Cent, Kanye West is a crazy influence upon my career. Bone Thugs-n-Harmony is another one, and I met them actually when I was 14, so that was, kind of an impact on my life, because I collected every single one of the CDs original from the first to the last until the group broke up. So it's been a crazy journey. That's what I can conclude from that.
Wow, it definitely sounds like an amazing journey. So tell us a bit more about your music style and what you're expressing when you're making your songs.
My style, people would categorize it as commercial pop or R&B hip hop, but I have a crazy sound. The craft that I produce is very unique. It stands out from a lot of people because of my voice itself. A lot of people, give me that. I started, because as an artist, when you first start, you don't really know what your style is. You have to mold yourself. And so, you at that standpoint where you're like, all right, this is who I am. This is the lane I'm taking. This is what I have to do. And I like to do a lot of commercial music. I started with underground hip hop, a lot of horrorcore, and I used to battle before, but I stepped into that commercial route because I saw that, this could be a business rather than just a hobby. And that's the moment, as an artist, you have to, take that and realize that, okay, I could do actually something with this.
Wonderful. And tell us a bit about your collaborations. Have you collaborated with any other artists?
Yeah, I've collaborated. I've done a lot of Spanish, because I'm also Hispanic. I come from that area. I've done a lot of collaborations with people from Puerto Rico. DJ Eric, he's a very known producer, old school producer that's put on a lot of reggaeton artists, like major reggaeton artists. I've worked with De La Ghetto. I've worked with MC Ceja. I've worked with, I don't know if you guys might have heard, he had a little buzz. I don't know if he's doing anything now, but he's called The Joker. He had a little buzz a few years ago. I've done collabs with him. I've done a lot of shows out here as well. That's what I'm stepping, my hands on to now. And it's crazy. Like the show game, I'm sorry to take away from the collaboration time that I'm speaking on, but the shows is what personally I feel is going to give you that fan base. Because, like Justin Bieber, for example, since he's, all over the news right now, I'm going to use him as an example. He got hot through YouTube. He got hot from the internet. Back in the days, I say the early 90s, there was limited upon people that were trying to be an artist and take that as a professional career. Nowadays, everybody's trying to be a rapper. Everybody's trying to be a singer. Everybody's trying to get that fame, So there's so much competition on the internet, and it's crazy. So therefore, when artists themselves perform shows live, that's what I personally feel is going to gain you that exposure, is going to gain you that buzz, because that's where you gain your true fans. Because an artist is different from a rapper. You know, a rapper can sit there and write rhymes and write bars and that's it. But an artist is somebody that could perform in front of 100 people, 1,000 people, 1,000,000 people, and move the crowd and have everybody in tune at the same time. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely. And for any of our listeners out there who are unfamiliar with reggaeton, I'm actually a fan, and I went and saw De La Ghetto in concert and even got a little picture of him. Congratulations on working with him. It's absolutely fabulous.
Yeah, no problem.
So tell us a bit about your future.
I'm sorry.
No, go right ahead.
My future, I don't know. God's the only person that can tell that story. But as far as that, I see it very bright. I'm trying to penetrate the industry now. You know, I'm making a little noise here in Miami right now. I just actually got done doing a show last night at Orlando, at Cleo's Orlando. That's an adult entertainment spot. We rocked it. We got in there, rocked it. The second, because I performed a song with two other artists. You know, shout out D, shout out Problem Child. That's also in my camp. We rocked that, man. Like, it was crazy. The energy that the crowd gave us the second we stepped on stage. I mean, they didn't know us from a can of paint because we're not from there. We're not locally, around. And those are usually people that go perform at that spot. And it was amazing. But as far as the future, man, only God can tell you that. I personally, I'm trying to step into that commercial route, like I said before, get that exposure. But if that doesn't work out for me, I'm also a songwriter. I like writing R&B songs. I could write any type of record that, comes into my hands. I've written a country record once for a fellow producer that he needed me to write. And I do a lot of harmonies for artists, on the low. I don't usually get the feature credit, but, I just help them out. And as long as I'm in this industry, I'll be content. Whether I'm in the spotlight or behind the scenes, because, like I said, this is a passion. It's much more than a hobby. A lot of people, want to get that ride, want to get that 15 minutes, but it's much more than that when you're an artist. There's a difference between a rapper and an artist. And that's what I want to, describe to the world, because so many people are putting out, BS music, and it's like crazy, because that's what gives the hip hop genre a bad name right now, because it's not real music. Not my bad to offend any artist. Don't take that away from you, but there's a huge difference between rappers and artists. An artist is all around well-rounded type of person that is just about the music, not just about the cars and the girls and the videos. It's more in depth.
Absolutely. But unfortunately, as our program is coming to a close, Giovanni, what's the best way for our listeners to reach out and get in touch with you, Kid Phase, and find out more?
Oh, man, you can reach me at Instagram at BoodooChild9. That's BUDUCHILD, and then number 9. You can hit me up on Twitter, which is Phases Life, PHASCISYLYFE, and just connect with me. I got a show coming up in New York within the next 2 months, and I got for anybody that's in Miami right now, I just did King of Diamonds 3 weeks ago, but I'm back there in March. So if you want to check me out, support the local talent, to mess with me.
Wonderful.
It'll be an experience worth your while.
So again, for our listeners to reach out and get in touch with Giovanni Ruiz, a.k.a. Kid Phase, with Purple Label Entertainment, based in Miami, Florida. Definitely check out his YouTube as well, www.youtube.com/Phase Live, PHASELIVE. Also, you can email him directly, purplelabelbooking@gmail.com. That's PURPLELABEL, booking, BOOKING@gmail.com, and the Facebook.com/Kid Phase. And Kid Phase, thank you so much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on the program. You're welcome.
No problem. If I could say anything, I would like to, thank all my supporters at the end of the day, because those are the people that move me and make me continue this journey. Without the response I get from crowds at shows, without the people constantly, giving me motivation, I wouldn't be here. So I got to thank you, and I got to thank the world, and I got to thank everybody for having me here today.
And you've been listening to Spotlight Radio with special guest Giovanni Ruiz. Tune in every day to hear from the most interesting people on SpotlightRadio.com.
You're listening to Spotlight Radio. Stay tuned for more from today's highest climbers and top professionals.